back, everybody. Fan Sports Network on a Tuesday morning. Thanks for hanging out with us, locking us in, loading us up on the Fan Sports Network. And we're talking local sports, and we've got a very special guest. Been telling you all morning long, AJ Dybantsa joining us now in studio. The star out in Hurricane, Utah. The rest of the country calls it Hurricane. Locally, we call it Hurricane, Utah, Utah Prep. And AJ joining us now in studio. Good morning, buddy. Thanks for stopping by.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Excited to get to know you, get to know your journey. I'm just curious. I want to start back at the beginning. When did you first fall in love with the game of basketball, and when did you first realize that you had the potential that you now do have?
I started playing when I was like 5, but I didn't fall in love with it till like quarantine.
Gotcha.
That's when I started like realizing my potential.
Was there another sport along the way that you liked more than basketball?
I played football. I played baseball for a year, but I liked football.
When did you stop playing football?
In quarantine.
I gotcha.
And then I grew too much, so I stopped.
When was the big growth spurt? Was that like 15, 14, 15, 16? How old were you?
Like 13, 14.
Yeah.
I had 5 inches in one summer.
Wow.
And then 3 inches the following summer.
I like it. With shoes off right now, what are you, 6'9"?
Yeah, I'm 6'9".
6'9". Love it. What's the last, say, 6 months been like for you? And maybe go back to the beginning of the summer when you decided to come to Utah Prep. Take us through that, because I know Southern Utah is excited to have you, even though you guys don't play any home games where the community can come out and watch you.
Now, the past 6 months been hectic. I mean, we've been traveling everywhere. I mean, in January, I was in Paris. To start the year, we went to China. So, I mean, we've been all over. Hawaii.
What's your favorite memory of Utah Prep so far? I'm just curious.
I think the China trip. We was in China in August in Shanghai. That's my first time going over there.
How was the food?
I like American Chinese food better.
Oh, okay.
That's just probably like because my taste buds.
AJ Dybantsa with us in studio here. You guys had a presentation of your All-American jersey on Saturday at a little open house. I know you guys are starting a golf program at Utah Prep, and then they had a little presentation for you. I was trying to get out there and didn't make it on Saturday. I apologize, but take me through Saturday. How special was that for you to get that honor?
It was good. I mean, it's a dream for all high school basketball players to just see that last name on the jersey. So, I mean, it was a great feeling.
And AJ, you had a top 4 of Alabama, Carolina, BYU, Kansas. I mean, these are some big name programs that have all been blue bloods in the sport for years and years and years. And what impresses me so much about you is that you're trying to revolutionize BYU basketball, bring them to the forefront, make them a national power. What was the key reasons you really decided to make the pledge to Kevin Young and the Cougars?
I mean, first it was an all NBA staff. I mean, they have multiple, like, not retired, but multiple people that stepped down from the NBA to come work there. It was a family atmosphere on my visit. People chanting my name, all that.
You were in the crowd a couple times. You've been in the crowd up there.
Yeah, just at the West Virginia game.
I was watching on TV, and it looked like you were just enjoying it. You probably don't get the chance to just be a fan and watch games very often. What was that like, just being in the student section, having a good time?
No, it's good. It's fun. I mean, I'm gonna try to get to like football games next year, so I can try to do that more. But yeah, I don't get to do it often because I'm on the court.
Yeah, you know what's when you said the word hectic? Is the whole NIL versus choosing the college? You got sponsorship opportunities. Like, how do you balance all of that? I know you got help from your father, but how do you balance all that and still put all your time and energy into being great on the court?
Nah, when you have my dad, it's not that hard.
He makes it pretty easy. Yeah. The biggest fan right here, your dad?
Yeah, biggest critic.
Biggest critic. Keeps you humble?
Yeah.
Is it more like coach dad, or is it dad?
Nah, he doesn't coach me at all. Nah.
When did he stop coaching you? I know
he never coached me.
No?
Yeah.
Really?
He always had me like coached by somebody else so he can be dad at home.
Smart.
That's awesome.
It took me till my son was about 14 or 15 before I realized that I needed to get a swing coach for him, and I was done. So you guys figured that out a lot earlier. What are your expectations for your freshman year as you prep to join BYU? Maybe throw me a couple goals individually for the team. You don't know exactly who your teammates will be next year, but obviously there's going to be some talent back on that team.
Yeah, so we definitely want the number 1 seed in the Big 12. We definitely want that conference championship. We want to make a tournament run Final Four. That's about it. Up the rankings. We're 23 right now, so just be higher next year.
And AJ, obviously, there's a ton of talent on this team this year with Richie Saunders, Yegor Demon. Have you thought about the idea of a potential big three with you three next year? I mean, I don't know if those guys are set to return. I think Richie might, maybe Yegor. He's an end of lottery guy. What about the potential of you three playing together in Provo next year?
I mean, it was a thought, but I mean, you gotta when I do it, like I think the worst situation possible. Like, okay, if they weren't there, what would I do? But
You'll
if they
still
come
take
back-
over.
But if they come back, it's a plus because
Yeah.
they're better team.
Great players, yeah, absolutely.
What I want to go behind the scenes. What's a day in your life like? Like, do you get extra time for studies, extra time for social media, extra time for body care, recovery, and then how much time are you spend in the gym? Just take me through an average practice day for AJ Dybantsa.
Yeah, I mean, we have weights at 7:50. And then I'll go to school at 9:10, school, and then we'll have practice at 3, and then I'll work out after. Like individual skill workout.
Gotcha. Just curious, do you have I know you want to play in the NBA. It's all basketball all the time, but if you were to get a degree, obviously in college sometime in your lifetime, what would you want to study? Do you know what you want to be yet outside of basketball? Have you ever thought about that?
Well, I'm a major in financial planning,
Okay.
but like that's not what I want to be. I'm only majoring in it because like it'll be beneficial for me, like if I'm gonna be making all the money. But like when I retire, I'll probably be on like TV, like with Shaq and like Charles and them do.
What do you think of the Big 12? I'm just curious. And how much did that conference have an effect on your decision to join a team in that conference in BYU?
Yeah, it's either one or two, like conference wise, SEC or Big 12. They're like bouncing back and forth right now.
Yeah.
I mean, so you want to play in the best league, so I chose it.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you, AJ, about you're a Nike guy, you're a shoe guy, I'm sure. What are your favorite shoes to play in right now?
I knew you were going to ask about the shoes, Paulie.
I had to ask him about the
Sneakerhead.
shoes, so I had to. A lot of the guys like the books now. We went out to the open house about a year ago, saw a lot of the books on the court. What do you like to play in, and then what do you like to have like just to wear casually?
Yeah, I like books, but I like Kobe's. I like Sabrina's.
Oh, Sabrina's cool.
Yeah, Katie's my favorite player, so I wear a lot of Katie's. Paul George don't got the shoes no more, but I wear Paul George's still. Kyrie's. So yeah, a lot of any type of Nikes.
Cool.
Have you worn the Sabrinas in a game?
Yeah, multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got my daughter those. They're kind of the I mean, there's different colors. but
Yeah.
of course, she got the hot pink ones. So that's what I envisioned. That's why I had to ask the question. AJ Dybantsa, if you're just tuning in, joining us live in studio here. He's out at Utah Prep. Tell us about the team, Utah Prep, and you got a tournament coming up this weekend.
Yeah, we'll be in South Carolina. We'll be the closest we play is Salt Lake. We'll be in Salt Lake in like 2 weeks, a week and a half.
Closest chance fans to drive up and watch you play.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many fans do you get at a lot of your games on the circuit? I mean, is it smaller gyms with smaller crowds since you're playing in a lot of these tournament type settings?
I mean, it depends where you're at. Like we played in Atlanta. Like one game was like, we played Prolific Prep and it was like a packed crowd, but then another game was like, you won't get that many fans.
And Prolific Prep, they're one of the top prep schools. I mean, you guys have played Montverde Academy, you played Oak Hill, you played some of the best prep schools in the country. Who's been the toughest test for Utah Prep this season on the prep schedule?
Toughest, I don't even know. I mean, we can really match up with anybody. It's not like, a lot of teams are good, but like I think we can win. We should really be undefeated. We were just beating ourselves, so it's not really like. It was a good game, but I want to say like it's really like.
You think you guys are more talented than
some team didn't really like blast us. It was like we gotta beat ourselves.
Oh, I see. Okay.
One of your teammates at Utah Prep is also committed to BYU. What kind of conversations do you and Xavion have about the future while you're playing at the high school level?
Oh, a lot of talks. Yesterday we were just looking at housing. Actually, he was wondering if we should like live in the same complex and stuff like that.
Did you figure that out?
No, not yet. I have time though.
You got time. How's the chemistry? You guys got a pretty good rapport together. You guys really good friends?
Yeah, it was kind of like instant chemistry though, because I never really talked to him. I've seen him at like USA camps, and then like when he came here, like it was just like instant. I think it was the Cougar connection.
Now, you guys have changed coaches at Utah Prep since the start of the season. How's that transition been? You went from LJ to the new coach, and obviously, I don't know the backstory there, but coaching is important for a player of your talent level.
Yeah. I mean, it's been rocky because, changing coaches in the middle of the season is not easy. But, he's NBA experience. He coached like Steph Curry. College experience. He's played and coached. He's coached at Arkansas. And he's played at Indiana. So, he has a lot of experience.
Keith Smart, talking about Keith Smart, the newer coach there at Utah Prep in Hurricane. What's he get on you about? And what's he say when he's giving you compliments? I'm curious. What's the negative? What's the positive from Coach Smart?
It's a lot of defensive, criticism, like off ball. I can get lazy. There's not too many compliments.
And you're okay with that?
Yeah.
You seem really driven. How are you taking all this in stride? All the social media, all the fanfare, all the stars by your name. I mean, how do you stay grounded and just enjoy, being a kid at some point in time?
I'm not in college yet, so I really didn't do anything yet. So
yeah, a lot to prove still.
Yeah.
Love it. AJ Dybantsa in studio with us here. Salt Lake, where are those games held? If people want to go up and watch, where are those games going to be held at? Do you know off the top of your head?
I think it's at UVU.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. South Carolina, and then the next stop will be up in Salt Lake City. How many players on the Utah Prep team have already committed? I know JJ's going to Washington. I know Xavier's going with you to BYU. Is there other guys that have already committed yet, or is there still some guys that are looking for a place to play?
Both. So John Southwick's actually going to UVU.
That's right.
Jackson Rasmussen's going to Idaho. And that's everybody.
That's signed so far.
Yeah. So far, yeah.
Good. And there's a couple more that probably get a chance to play sometime soon. Good stuff. You got any questions for us? We've drilled you with like 30 questions in a row. You got any questions for Paulie?
Yeah, my shoe collection is not as good as his.
Oh,
so
I know that. Yeah.
AJ, you play basketball?
I played freshman basketball in high school. I was the body guy. I was the rebound, garbage man type guy. Not a ton of skill. But I did play, and I collected a lot of shoes. That was my main reason for playing, was just collecting basketball shoes. But
Paulie was actually one of the extras in the movie Church Ball. He's got the Kurt Rambis headband on.
Yeah, that's
John
right.
Stockton shorts, the round mound of rebound.
Nobody wants me in John Stockton shorts, buddy.
Oh, good question, AJ. That made me laugh. Oh, man. Good stuff. What's the rest of the day? What do you got planned the rest of the day? We got to get you out of here?
School.
9:10 school, huh?
Yeah, 9:10.
I love
School
it.
or practice and a workout.
Good
And then go watch BYU.
Good stuff. BYU Cyclones. You got a pick on the game tonight?
Yeah, let's get a pick.
BYU.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I love it. I like
Confidence.
Hey, before you came in,
I don't bet though.
Yeah.
No. Just you got to.
And I don't do the picks and
Prize picks and all that crap. Yeah.
Either does Paulie anymore. He lost too much money.
Yeah, I quit that too, AJ.
Yeah. But it'll be a fun game to watch. That's a tough environment to go play in out there.
yeah. Was good. It's like good and bad. You want to play in the tough arenas, like for the field. Like next year we'll play. We're playing a lot of away games, so we'll play at the Allen Fieldhouse, stuff like that. But they have to come to Marriott next year.
Yeah,
So
that's going to be a big one.
I don't gotta play at Iowa State.
You don't have to play at Iowa State. You have to play at Houston, the Fertitta Center. That's always a tough one as well.
No, they come.
They come to Provo. Wow. Okay.
You got to play a couple of Big 12 teams twice.
Yeah.
So we don't know who that is next year.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Schedule's not fully finalized as of yet. AJ Dybantsa, everybody, check him out on social media. You want to see some of his highlights, you can Google his name at AJ.Dybantsa, Dybantsa. Go give him a follow. Keep up with him. Gonna be a Cougar. Got a bunch more games at Utah Prep out in Hurricane, and obviously looking forward to tracking your success and following your career. And keep up the good work, buddy. And really appreciate you stopping by and saying hello and talking with us here on the Fan Sports Network.
Thank you for having me.
AJ Dybantsa, everybody, live here on The Drive. We'll take a timeout. Lots more sports talk coming up when we come back.